Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. On out there with Korkmaz. Then it's James. And it's Papagiannis in its center. To the inside and stolen by James. Knocked away. He's covered by Brown to the paint. Here's Korkmaz. A second chance effort. Brown, good.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
And here is James. The offensive rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up. So maybe just a step too far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Got a piece of it. And even 3-on-3 break. And he goes in for the dunk.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's James. Takes it inside, and he stepped in the line, so they turn it over. And now a chance to honor a player who has been on fire recently. His play has earned him Player of the Week in the West.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
Here's Kalathis. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Here's Cannon. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Shooting 4 or 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel-good.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Papagiannis passes to James. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Cannon. Out to the right wing. Lock at 6. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Papagiannis. James outside. Pass to Korkmaz. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first quarter. Takes the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Inside. Back to Cannon. Here's the screen from deep three-point territory. Cannon's gone 1 of 3 on the night. James kicks to Korkmaz. James outside. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. 56 seconds left in the first quarter.
Away team foul. James. First personal foul, second team foul.
And the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Now here's Brown. In the corner, it's James. Goes up on the wing. Count that bucket.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And he banks in the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Lets the three fly. Hits it from three-point range. James has got 5 now.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Here's a chance for them to retake the lead.
And they have done well to stick around these last few minutes.
And here's Brown outside. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. He gets it up. And he his hand in time. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And even though, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Up 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
You got Diallo, and it's Maniunas in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Boy gets the bucket. Boy's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's a Kobo. No good from outside. Here's Mitrovic. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Dos Santos. And yes, it's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the points coming for them now, Greg in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Here's Mitrovic. Still yet to score. 6 to shoot. Dos Santos. And that one is hammered home.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Kobo. And a miss there on the triple. Kobo's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Here's Boy, covered by Morty-Eunice. Tipped away. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Diallo. And the 3 off target. Dos Santos. A three-pointer, no good. To end the cold streak. Offensive rebound. Maniunas, no luck.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left in the first half. Basket, good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Diallo. Hits the three-point bomb. Diallo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Dos Santos tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. To the inside. Here's Manajunas. Basket counts. Manajunas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Into the lane. Jacks up a three. To the left wing. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Away team ball.
It's a close game here in LA. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. It's intercepted. All going up court. Offensive rebound. Corniche, the pass to Manajunas. Here's a Kobo. No good. That would have tied it.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Personal foul, first team foul. At the line for your home team.
First free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Diallo's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Here's Mitrovic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both. He got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so that brings the first half to a close. They lead by 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
I gotta see more fight on the glass. They're in a slugfest. Winning the battle of the boards can swing this game.
But do they have the personnel?
All right now, still. That is more than enough of a...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. So it's the visitors now. 6-point game. Pass to Korkmaz. From deep, James traps in the tray. James has got 8 points.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
We've got Brown. Korkmaz is out there with James. And it's Papagiannis in at the 5 down low. Launches it. Bangs home the trifecta. 6 points for him.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Brown wide open. He fires. Off target with his 3.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Korkmaz is out there with Brown. Then it's James. And it's Calathis in at the point guard position. First one falls for him.
At the line for 2, Dom.
That one misses. The drive by James makes it off the glass. James has got 5 points in the quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
They've got James. Brown out there with Korkmaz. And it's Papagiannis in at the pivot, manning the middle. James looking around. He misses it. He's 4 for 7 from the floor. Here's Cannon. James covering. Puts up a deep three. Cannon can't hit. Cannon's gone 1 of 4 from distance. Brown drives in. On the wing, James. Down low. The kick out to Brown. In the corner, it's James. James with another miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Cannon gets it to go. James with it. He's got 10. From deep three-point land. Again, James missing. James has gone just 2 of 7 from long range. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. The NBA has split its draft into 2 days. The league's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, says rosters have expanded and we're seeing a larger influx in talent, a lot of times in the second round. This format will do justice to those slept-on players. Kevin?
Yeah, good stuff, DA. Some Hall of Famers from that second round, for sure. There's the steal. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. It's good from long range.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And Cannon gets it to go.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here's James outside. That one, no good.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Here's Kalathis. The half-court bomb falls off target. Out to the wing, to the middle, and taken away by Brown. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Papagiannis, the big dunk at the end of the break.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And they double up James. Pass to Papagiannis. Off target from three-point range. Here's Cannon. 7 points in the game. They set the pick. With 2 seconds left. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Up by 16. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And the home team has possession. To the right side. Covered by Motiejunas. Pass to Cannon. The three. Motiejunas grabs the miss. Cannon's gotten only 1 of his threes to drop for him. He's got 5 attempts. Corniche is out there with Diallo. And it's Motiejunas in at the center position. Confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, and the scoreboard tells the story.
Here's Cannon.
Away team foul. Number 32. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
driving in. Here's Bowling Boy, and the shot goes in.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Third team foul. Mitrovic.
On Friday, then on Sunday.
First team foul. At the line for the away team.
He misses the free throw. And he can't hit the second. And he misses all three. Ball's knocked loose. Monaco with the steal to the paint. 7-foot shot. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Here's Mitrovic. Six on the shot clock. Dos Santos. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Akobo, the pass to Monaco. Diallo sends a screen for Monaco. The quick look, no good that time.
And that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
And it's blocked. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. All alone. That one goes. Count it. Pass to Corniche. Drains the three-pointer. Corniche has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Mitrovic. Here's Nedovic. It's good.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Monaco's shot is good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Monaco has gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Well, the most important event of the NBA calendar might be in June. And it's not the finals, but rather for so many teams, Brent, the NBA draft.
Well, Kevin, it's a chance for you to set the table for your franchise. What do you want to have for next year? What do you want to have 5 years from now? And so all the work that goes in, the scouting, the intel work, to build up a team where you are making the steps and taking strides to become a championship caliber team, that stuff starts at the NBA draft.
He takes it in. Mitrovic. Pass to Nedovic. Dos Santos covered by Monaco. Shot clock at 5. Tries yet again. Monaco grabs the miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Akobo, that's good.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Here's Nedovic. To the left side wing. Kalinic. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And the basket by Corniche. 40 seconds left in the game. Dos Santos 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clearly a foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking. Good on the second free throw.
Well, he got the important one to go. Their lead should be safe now.
From deep three-point land. Can't hit that one.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Diallo. "20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. They get it back. They set the pick. Dos Santos. Offensive rebound. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Diallo. And so they get the victory here at home. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think.
Season's greetings and Merry Christmas to everyone joining us here at 2K Sports. It's time for a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Teo Maledon, and it's Schofield in at the 4 spot. There's the drive. Picked his pocket. Here's Ajinça. Pass to Maledon. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Four on the clock. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. This one for 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor.
A cold start for them. 3 shots, 3 misses. Good thing it's early.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. On the take.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Pass to Harrison. Releases. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Out left to the wing. To halt the run. It's hauled in by Schofield.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to start the game with 4 straight misses. Look, that's about as rough as it gets. It'll get going soon.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Harrison. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
The plan coming in is working. They're perfect 5 for 5 from the floor.
Three-pointer. Got a hand on it. Here's Laverne. Going all the way to the rack. Finished off the break.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
At last, their cold streak is over. They finally found something that worked.
Yeah, the lid's now off, guys. Maybe they can rattle off a few more in a quick order.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend. And he's very confident from that range, but he can't make them all.
Maladon, pass to Harrison. Back to Maladon. And with New Year's fast approaching, let's see our power rankings for an idea of how everyone's year is looking. They're making moves up the standings, claiming that 4th spot.
You know, right now for the visiting team, they can't seem to find their groove and move up the rankings. They flirted with some options, but so far, they keep getting the same results.
Pass to Aginsa. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Here's Harrison. Just 5 on the clock. Chalk up 2 there.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Knocks it loose. There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, 3 turnovers already and some frustration starting to settle in. And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Pass to Maladon. Here's Schofield. There's the 3. Can't hit that one. Here's the break. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3. Here's Harrison. He's got 6. Pass to Maladon. And rejected. And here they go. 1 second left. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Makes his selection just in time.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. They're up by 11. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And welcome back, one and all, for more NBA Christmas Day action. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
Here's DeColo. Pass to Lee. It's stolen away. There's a screen.
Away team ball.
And the layup is good.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute to play. 5 to shoot. To the wing, right side. Here's Nedovic. Off target from outside.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And the basket by Lee.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
And that one drops for him.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
They put together a solid lead.
And it doesn't seem like they're going to back off.
Here's DeColo. Pass to Jackson. Jack's up a 3. Kept alive. The shot misses. Defended by Jackson. Here's the 3. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that open.
Here's DeColo. The 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Here's Nedovic. He's scoreless. To the paint. Snatched away. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Hallie.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. The shot, no good.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
Jackson outside. He drops it from range. Jackson's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
To end the run. Counted from distance.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Fires from deep. Hits the 3-pointer. Jackson's got 6.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. .44 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul.
Great job drawing the foul and almost converted the shot as well.
Both good from the line that time. 35 seconds left in the second period. Here's Lee. He's got 5. Yep, that one goes. 7 points in the game.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
There's 18 seconds left in the first half. Defended by Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. And it's all from three-point range. A dominating first half of play. And so far, it hasn't been close. Delivering the blowout. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
I couldn't tell the difference between their second unit and the first. That's how top to bottom together they've been, man.
Yeah,
And next up, here's a... And that's a wrap on.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Out to the right wing. From outside the arc. Sinks it from distance.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
We've got Teo Maledon, and it's Harrison in at the point. Pass to Maledon. To the inside. Harrison with the bucket. Harrison's got 8.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
To the middle. About a minute played here in the second half. Second chance shot. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Well, there's the shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Ball goes to the away team.
On Thursday, then on Wednesday. Driving inside, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
To the right side. Nails the wide open jumper. 10 points for him.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Sinks the tray.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Shot clock at 6. Over to the left wing. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. And the shot's good.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Oh, they pick off the pass. And here they come. Driving to the basket, and he slams it in one-handed.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Can they get it? Maledon grabs the miss.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Play. First personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 15 left in the third. Here's Harrison. Here's Laverne. Pass to Ajinça. Clock at 6. No good on the 3. Inside. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul. Second.
The first one falls.
At the line for 2. Number 30.
He's perfect from the line this time. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Maledon. 5 points in the game. Harrison, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Six on the shot clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
The ball goes to the away team.
Pass to Maledon. Here's Harrison. Beyond the arc. The shot won't fall. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Delivering the blow. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Lee. No good with a layup. And Grant, with the 65 games rule for player awards, it did seem there was a real reduction in load management.
Yeah, BA, and I liked it. The stars played more early on, but we also saw a lot of them get banged up by the playoffs. So it seems there's still a balance to be struck.
Lets the 3 fly. No good. Down low. Oh, it's stolen. Here's DeColo. From beyond the arc and then some.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Here's Nedovic, 6 to shoot. From 20 feet, and they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Here's Lee. There's a screen. The 3 knocks it down from distance.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Lee's gone 2 for 3 from deep. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Richard, over the past few decades, we've seen bench reactions get bigger in the NBA. How much fun is that?
It's so much fun, but I think it also coincides with the league getting younger and younger and younger. So you have these young kids in there that are just there to have some fun and compete.
And a missed layup. And here's Jackson. Pass to Lee. From behind the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Offensive board. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
I love his tenacity. Extra possessions, second chance points. That's winning basketball.
With the drive. Not going to go that time. When you're casual with the ball, it can come back to bite you.
Yeah, B.A., playing loose can help you and hurt you. They really need to tighten it up.
And there's a 3-second violation.
Away team ball.
We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Here's DeColo. This one for three. The shot, no good. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
Lee, the pass to Jackson. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. They set the pick. Jack's up at three. No luck on that one.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the visiting team. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And there's the drive. The rebound by Jackson.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Back to Lee. Shot clock at 6. Jackson, the screen. Here's DeColo. From outside, off the mark.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Here's Nedovic. A quick shot there. It's off target.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
27 seconds left in the game. And he lays it up and in.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Here's Lee. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised.
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. We've got the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Harrison. He's out there with Maladon. And it's Laverne in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Schofield. Pass to Laverne. Ajinça with it. Here's Harrison. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Now here's James. Puts up a deep 3. They get it again. Papagianni laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Pass to Laverne. Harrison scanning the floor. Back to Laverne. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harrison. Off target from outside. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Calathes kicks to Brown. Korkmaz passes to Brown. Back to Korkmaz. James way outside. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Good. That one on target for Maladon.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now here's James. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Maladon passes to Schofield. Pass to Maladon. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Brown kicks to James. Back to Brown. Here's Calathes. From deep, James. Again, James missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Harrison from outside the arc. Drops in the tray.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Brown deciding where to go with it. Down low. And the basket by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got his second bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And it's Ajinça missing. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Brown the pass to Korkmaz. Brown with it. Back to Korkmaz. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Harrison. It's a 3-point game. The shot by Maladon. No good. Calathes dishes to James. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the first. Launches from deep. No good that time.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis.
Here's Papagiannis. Inside, here's Korkmaz. Off target at the rim.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Here's Harrison. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Papagiannis. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Up by 3. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
To the inside. Here's DeColo. They get it back. It's good on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And here is Moniunas. Count it. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's DeColo, and it's all evened up. DeColo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And, guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
With the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul, first team foul.
On Friday and then on Sunday.
The line for your home team, number 32. Taking 2
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. It's been a little while since they've been in the lead.
And that's why this is such an important possession for them.
Pass to Lee. And DeColo kicks to Jackson. Lee outside. Lets it go from the wing. The rebound by Akobo. There's Diallo. It's tipped. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Akobo, the pass to Diallo. And a missed layup.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Stolen by Jackson. And a wide open look for Lee. Knocks down the 3 ball.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Lee's gone 1 of 2, shooting from 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
The ball goes to the away team.
Now Lee. The 3. Moniunas grabs the miss.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
The 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Lee. From down in the low post, it goes. Lee's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you can see them finding their rhythm now. After a tough first quarter, they look much sharper.
Akobo, the pass to Cornish. To the middle. Pass to Akobo. Rocket 2 from the arc. Here's Moniunas. It's deflected. Now here's Lee. Defense right on him.
Number 32. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's DeColo. The tray. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Ldlc. Out left to the wing. They need this. That one doesn't go.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range. I'm not sure who'd agree with that.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes guys have the green light to take that shot, but I don't think he's one of them.
Over to the left wing. Here's DeColo. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Monaco. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Monaco drops both of them.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Pass to Corniche. Screen by Ldlc. Clock at 6. And the basket by Corniche.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Gets it off. And no good on the last second attempt this time. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Up 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Hey there, everybody. Shaq's
taking a look at the visitors. They're dealing with some challenges, no doubt about it. They have talent, but maybe not as much as they thought.
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the visiting team.
Without the points they've got.
Thanks for joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. They've got Korkmaz. He's out there with Brown, and it's Calathes in at the point. Drives to the hoop. Shoots from the line, and that one's good. Harrison's got 5 points so far.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Harrison out there with Maledon, and it's a Jinsa in at small forward. Poke loose. And they're pushing it up. Here's Calathes. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for 2.
That free throw, no good. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Now here's Maledon, guarded closely. Schofield passes to Harrison, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That's a jump ball.
From deep, James. Harrison with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
A 3-ball. Headshot off.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And it's James missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Pass to Harrison. And now James pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break. James has got his second basket of the game.
Fire that pass down the court, guys. I mean, that's the best way to keep the fast break moving.
Here's Harrison. 5 points in the game. Schofield, no good with the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Going inside, here's Brown. Laverne with the steal. And they're on the break.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now, he's got a big smile on his face.
Pass to Aginsa, and the foul called on Korkmaz. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Harrison kicks to Laverne. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got 4 rebounds in this game. James fires from way outside. Laverne grabs the miss.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Schofield passes to Melodon. Pass to Schofield. Buries the long-range jumper. Schofield's got 5 points in the quarter.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Here's Papagiannis. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Laverne into the lane. Here's Schofield. They grab their own miss. Here's Melodon. That 3 off the mark. Melodon's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. James kicks to Papagiannis. Brown outside. Rebounded by Aginsa. Here's Harrison. He has 5. Melodon passes to Laverne. Here's Schofield. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Papagiannis. Pass to Brown. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Brown's got his first points in this one.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfect.
There's the pick. Schofield passes to Harrison. That one goes in. Harrison's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Here's Kalafis. Sinks the three-pointer.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And that one's good, Harrison. Harrison's got 7 now in this quarter.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. James, no good.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Melodon. No good on the 3. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Leading by 10. And right after this, we'll bring... And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Melodon's gone 1 of 5 from deep. On out there with Korkmaz. Then it's James. And it's Kalafis in at the point guard. A three-pointer is right on target.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Pass to DeColo. Fires from deep. It's good from long range.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
James misses.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
They get the rebound. Outside for Jackson. There's Lee with the 3. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
you know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to rein it in down the stretch here.
And it's Brown missing.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second. That's all it took.
Lee dishes to DeColo. Back to Lee. Pulls it up. And the jumper falls for him.
Yeah, he recognized the overcommitment by the defense there and then made a smart pass to get that ball back outside.
Brown with the screen on Lee. In the corner, it's James. Pass to Korkmaz. Now here's Brown. His three-pointers off the mark. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Now Jackson. Here's Lee outside. And he's good on the three ball.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
To the paint. Here's Brown. Good. Great play by Calathes to set it up.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. DeColo can't get it to go. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
No good from Lee.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Calathes. No good on the triple. Here's DeColo. James covering. Back to Lee. Pass to DeColo. Outside Jackson. Here's Lee outside. Nailed from three-point land. Lee's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Papagiannis has gone 2 for 5 tonight. Lee outside. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Calathes. And the three off target. Calathes has gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Lee outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point land, Korkmaz grabs the miss. At the elbow, it's James. Good. It's Calathes who picks up the assist. Here's DeColo. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by Papagiannis. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. James wide open. Misses the three. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
And so the road team gets the W in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by them.
TGIF, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. We're bringing it to you live, joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Goes back up. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Here's Kalathis. James outside. Lets it go from deep. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. To the middle. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Here's James. To the paint. Can't get it to fall. And he drives in. It's deflected. And And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Puts up a deep three. First shot won't go.
0 for 3 from the floor so far. Not the start they had in mind. They need to just take a breath, reset, and keep things simple.
And the three-pointer goes.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. High arcing shot. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now.
Not an ideal start for them. Still looking for their first field goal after 4 misses.
Korkmaz, good.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And there's the screen. To the inside. The 3-ball. Fires in the triple.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Pass to James. There's the drive. Banked it in off the glass.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it fly from 18. He can't get it to go.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
He nails it, and we're tied.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Drives to the hoop, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
A minute 15 left in the first. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Takes the 3. That shot off the mark. They swipe it. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. The 3 is up. They grab their own miss. Driving to the basket. Good work there as it goes. 5 points in the game. And here's Brown. Still without a bucket. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Good things come to those who hustle. He creates the second chance opportunity.
46 seconds left in the first quarter. Here he goes. And the bucket is good. There's 39 seconds left in the opening quarter. James passes to Korkmaz. Three-pointer. And it's James with the 3. James has got 5 now.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. And they're pushing it up. Here's Korkmaz. And he makes it on the layup. The 3. Pure from three-point range. There's 6 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Brown. Tie game and some big points being put on the board as we wrap up the first. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Clock at 6. A deep 3. tries to keep it alive. That shot is off.
We've seen him make that shot, but not all that often.
Well, that's the shot where if you make it, everything's fine. But if not, you're going to hear about it.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
At the line for the away team.
First one falls for him.
2 shots.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. They've got numbers. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. To the middle. Uses the glass to drop it in.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Out to the wing. Diallo outside. Launches it. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Covered by Diallo. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
With the drive, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for 1 more.
Oh, unreal play to take on the contact and get it to go.
Covered by Diallo, inside, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. From outside the arc, he can't get that one to fall. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Let's go with a 3. Can't get it to go. Missed his first one. That one goes. Count it. 6 points for him.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
1:51 left in the second quarter. Here's a Kobo. Comes up empty down low.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
And yep, it's good.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Nedovic. No made baskets yet. 6 on the shot clock. From the high post. Poke loose. Connects from downtown.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
– 41 seconds left in the first half. From downtown, drops in the 3.
And so far, there's been tremendous cohesion offensively this quarter.
Here's Mata-Yunus. Fires away from way outside. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
I have no clue why he pulled up from there. At this point in the game, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, all right. That'd be an automatic benching if I was coaching. What was that?
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Wide open look. Yes, on the jumper.
They've settled into this game. You can see the offense is on fire.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair, delivering the blowout. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Hello, everyone. And something out of left field for you guys.
Ernie, left field, this is not baseball. This is a basketball show.
And switching gears now to that first half. Big hill to climb for the home team.
A lot of bricks out there.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Pass to Korkmaz. Here's Kalathis. Brown with it. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Brown's got his first 2 points of the night.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Here's Kalathis. Off target from three-point range.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
James outside. Driving in. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
He took the contact and had an opportunity to drain it.
First trip to the line for him here.
James. 2 shots.
It's both from the stripe. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. And that one is hammered home.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Puts up a three. That one is off. James has gone 2 of 5 from the field here. Down low. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And since the halftime break, their offense has just been on another level.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Korkmaz pulls it in.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Oh, count it! Did that just happen, Coach?
That should be worth more than 3 points.
Check by James. For 3. He buries it from 3. Give him 8.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
The shot no good. Here's Kalathis. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Offensive rebound. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass, getting it done.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Fires from way outside. The shot misses.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here's Korkmaz. Lays it up and banks it in. Korkmaz has got 7 points.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
A minute 20 left in the third quarter. Three-pointer. That shot missing. It's picked off. Defended by Brown. Fires the three. Doesn't fall. Now 4 for 6. Here's Kalathis. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Brown. He's off on that one.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Off target with the three. Brown's gone 2 for 6 from the floor so far. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time.
Substitution on the court.
"12 seconds left to play in the third quarter. James with the ball. From deep three-point land. Doesn't go that time. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. Delivering the blowout. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Outside, Brown, and it's blocked. Here's Nedovic, fires from deep. And he dunks it down.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off. Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case. Nice pass inside, making things easy for him there.
To the paint. Stolen! We played just over a minute here in the fourth. No good on the triple. Here's the break. Out to the right wing. Pass to Korkmaz. Brown with it. From deep. Can't get it to drop. To the left side wing. Here's Nedovic. Three-pointer off the mark.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Brown scanning the floor. Lets the three fly. And he can't get that one.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Misses the corner three.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Stan, you've always been known as the style police. We're used to seeing the home team in white, but you look around the league now, there's a lot more variety.
Yeah, and that's before you even get to the neon shoes some of these guys are wearing. The NBA palette, Brian, has gotten a lot more adventurous.
Here's the pick. Launches it from deep. That shot off. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And one of the findings in a recent league report, Stan, back-to-backs, not a major risk for injury, it seems.
Well, you know, Brian, I had a player that I greatly respected tell me that his preference would be to play 41 back-to-backs during the year because then you get 2 days off in between games. That really what was harder was playing every other day and never getting a break of a couple of days. So, look, you have to play through a lot of different situations and things, but I think back-to-backs are certainly overestimated.
Interesting. Something to consider for sure. Here's a Kobo. They get it back. 1:50 left to play in the fourth quarter.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff. Here's Mata-Yunus. Will stand the minimum games threshold for postseason awards. It seems to be working as a motivator.
Well, especially, Brian, because those awards can impact player contracts. So that benchmark, 65 games, about 80% of the schedule, that's a bar that players are looking to surpass.
Do you like the 65 games, or would you like to see a different number?
I mean, I think it's great. If anything, I'd like to see it higher.
Pass to a Kobo. Here's Mata-Yunus. Here's a Kobo. From deep three-point land. That shot, no good. Here's Nedovic. From the arc. Drains the triple.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Korkmaz, no good. Here's Nedovic. And there's a pick for three. The rebound by Corneli. From deep. He can't get it to go. Here's Nedovic. There's the three. Buries it from three.
Nedovic.
For three.
Korkmaz on the wing. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. And so the road team gets the W in this one. To walk into enemy territory.
Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And here's the fast break. Lets it go with the three. Ajinça the pass to Harrison. Here's Schofield. Back to Harrison. Puts up a deep three. And that one is off. Here's Cannon. From past the arc. Laverne grabs the miss. Followed on passes to Schofield. Pass to Maladon. Hits it from three-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
We play just over a minute here in the first. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Cannon can't hit. Now here's Maladon. He's guarded closely. He takes it in. Misses in close. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Count that one. Here's Harrison. Now here's Maladon. And then Maladon with the dunk.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Pass to Cannon. There's a screen. There's the three. Harrison with the rebound. Here's Maladon. And then Maladon with the dunk.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Doesn't go for him. And here they come. Here's Harrison. And the layup's good off the glass. Harrison's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Down low. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Here's Cannon, still without a basket. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Pass to Harrison. Now here's Maladon. Back to Harrison. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Harrison's got 9. 1:11 left here in the first quarter. No good with the layup. And here's Ajinça. Driving in, and the jam by Ajinça.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Inside. Just 5 to shoot. Covered by Ajinça. Laverne grabs the miss. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Melodon. Tight defense on him. Shoots. Pass to Laverne. They set the screen. That one's in. His first shot this game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
To the middle. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Fires from way outside. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
They've got Jackson, and it's Lee in at the point. And DeColo kicks to Lee. No good from outside. There's the drive. Lays it up and banks it in.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Here's DeColo. Lee outside. And the 3-ball is good. Lee's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And not the tightest D right there. And he's going to punish you if you give him that much space. That 3-point shot is his bread and butter.
Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Misses the layup.
I'll tell you, most of the time, this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Jackson passes to DeColo.
Away team foul. Kalinic. First personal foul. First team foul.
And there's the drive. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Lee outside. Whitey the pass to DeColo. For 3. Kept alive. Lee with the steal. Outside Jackson. Lee outside. Here's the 3. And no good that time.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Nedovic. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Here's Lee. There's his 3rd field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Lee's gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Kalinic, guarded by Jackson.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Kalinic. And his first shot of the game, no good. Here's DeCola. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. DeCola's got 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
To stop the run, it's blocked. 1:33 left in the second quarter. Lee outside. This one for 3. He can't get it to go. Lee's got 1 3-pointer tonight in 4 tries. Kalinic. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Guys, they have a really solid lead at this point.
Definitely, and they haven't faced much resistance.
Lee outside. And the layup falls. Lee's got 9 points in the quarter.
Always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
There's 47 seconds left in the first half. And he gets the bucket. Jackson kicks to Lee. Beyond the arc. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Here's Mitrovic. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Nedovic. Outside Jackson. Lee sets a screen for Jackson. Out to Lee. Takes a 3. Connects from 3-point range. Lee's got 15.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Delivering the blowout. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Everything they touch on the offensive end right now is turning to goal. It makes life easy when most of your play calls are working.
And now let's take a moment. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say? Lee, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, he's in a great rhythm, looking comfortable and confident.
They've got LeBron. Paladon is out there with Harrison, and it's a Jinsa in at the 3 slot.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Cannon. And it's good, 2 points. He's got 5.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Paladon is out there with Harrison, and it's Schofield in at the 4-man position.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Cannon looking over the floor. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Here's Harrison, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Banked in off the glass. 90 seconds now into the second half. Takes it inside, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving, no doubt whatsoever. Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Driving inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harrison's got 15 points.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, with that emphatic slam.
You know, but at this level, almost any guy can throw it down on you if you leave it wide open.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And he drives in to the wing right side. There's the pick. And he banks in the layup. He's got 6.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now, here's Meladon. He's got 9. Pass to Schofield. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a deep 3. They get the rebound. And here is Meladon. Back to Laverne. Tries again. Here's Meladon. From deep three-point land. And they recover it. Laverne passes to Harrison. And 3 chances on that possession. But they just couldn't find a way to score. Back to Cannon. To the paint. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
That pass was about the location. Puts it perfectly into the hands of his teammate.
50 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Meladon with the bucket.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Here's Cannon. He has 7. Harrison with the rebound.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
A shot by Meladon. No good.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
There's the triple. Here's Laverne. Pass to Meladon. From downtown. The shot missing. Here's the break. Deflects the pass. It'll count. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
Assist from 0.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Harrison. He's out there with Meladon. And it's Laverne in at the 5 spot. Pass to Meladon. Second chance shot. And he sinks the layup. Of course, we're in the world now of super agency, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Kev, I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
To the inside. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Pass to Harrison. Shoots the three. That's a miss. His fifth, 8 made field goals. Harrison's gone 1 of 5 from three-point territory. Offensive rebound. For the three. And it's Melodon with the rebound. Now here's Laverne. There's a good screen. Puts up a three. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Scooped up in the corner. Cannon with it. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Well, you think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
And a wide open look for Lee. Cans it from downtown.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Guarded by Jackson. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And, Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets. The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Nedovic driving the lane. Yep, that one goes. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Lee dishes to DeCola. Back to Lee. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Boy.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Dos Santos, covered by Lee. Takes it off the glass.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Lighty, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
He just bangs down the one-handed.
2 very easy points right here. Dos Santos from outside off the mark. Puts up a deep 3. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
To the wing on the left. No one near him. And that one, good. 35 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Nedovic. Here's Boy. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Lee outside. Rebounded by Boy. Here's Mitrovic. Fires for 3. No good. Shot missing. And so the home crowd treated to a win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in
Have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Schofield. Pass to Aginta. Here's Maladon. Here's the three. Knocks down the long J.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And here's James to the inside. And here's the fast break. Here's Laverne. Back to Maladon. And just about a minute into this first quarter. A nice shot by Schofield. From deep three-point land, the long-distance three is buried. Here's Harrison. Pass to Schofield. Here's Aginta. Back to Maladon. Fires for three. Korkmaz pulls it in. Brown drives in. Korkmaz on the wing. Back to James. From deep three-point range. Another miss. He's 0 for 2 now. Finished off the break. Maladon's got 5 now.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Down low. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Fast break. Here we go. Back to James. Shoots over Maladon. The shot by James. No good.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Here's Schofield. Three-pointer. No good.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Fires it. They get the rebound. Pass to Maladon. Inside. Here's Harrison. Just 5 to shoot. There's the triple. The three is up. And that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2. Outside, Brown. Fires the three. Nope, another miss. 0 for 2 to start the game. Here's Harrison. Drills it from deep.
He's very smart about spotting up in transition, and no one rotated over to contest that one.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Maladon for three. That shot off the mark. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
James can't get it to go.
Well, he's just really struggling right now with everything he's throwing up. Nothing really helping out in terms of his confidence. I mean, these ones aren't even close.
Here's Aginta, and he gets it to go.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Brown with it. He's scoreless. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Schofield driving inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to James. They need this. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Here's Harrison with 1 on the clock, and it's good on the lay-in.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
And an overpowering. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Shots good by Black.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Here's Corneli. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Here's DeColo. The rebound by Diallo. Right wing. Takes a 3. It's Corneli missing. Lets it fly. The rebound by Diallo.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Here's a Kobo. And that one no good to start off the night.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
They get it again. Lee, the pass to Black, kicks it out to Jackson. Here's DeColo, 6 to shoot. And the 3 off target.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Beyond the arc. Offensive board.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, every time the shot goes up, guys are doing a nice job of finding bodies and making sure there's room to collect the rebound.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Launches a 3. To the wing, right side. Pass to Akobo from deep. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game. Here's Lee. The quick look, no good that time. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. They're holding in the same spot, looking to climb the rankings.
When I look at this visiting team, they've had a much better than expected season. They're just continuing to chug along. It's evident that they're a team to be reckoned with.
Pass to Akobo. Lets a 3 fly. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Here's Lee. Here's DeColo. No points yet. Launches a 3. Hits the trifecta.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth. Showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
It's scooped up. Pass to Diallo. Here's Akobo from the arc. And it's Lee with the rebound.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
His touch has left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Deflects the pass.
Out of bounds. Away team ball.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Mata-Yunus. Got a piece of it.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started. That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
A deep three. It's hauled in by Black.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
Lee on the wing. Here's DeColo. Shot clock at 6. Free throw line jumper. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Lee's got 5 now.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's DeColo. The rebound by Diallo. Diallo's got 4 rebounds now.
And just unable to get anything going tonight. I mean, his teammates have really bailed him out.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
To the wing on the left. Oh, and the buzzer beater is good!
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. The team is pumped up.
And we finished off 1 half of play. They lead by 12. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
You take a look at the visitors. They're in good position, definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as the... Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the visiting team.
They want to...
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. They've got Maladon, and it's Schofield in at the 4. Launches it from deep. Offensive rebound. Brown up and in on the layup. Brown's got his first points in this one.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Here's Schofield. Over to the wing. Here's Maladon. Check by James. Here's the 3. The shot comes out. Trying to claw their way back into this.
And the best way to do that, minimize your mistakes and take good shots.
They've got Maladon, and it's Ajinça at the 3. Pass to Harrison. Maladon for 3. Korkmaz pulls it in.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Another miss by Brown.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Here's Maladon. Here's Laverne. Check by James. Back to Maladon. There's the 3. Pass to Harrison. Takes a 3. Here's Maladon. He's got 5. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. The 3 is up. Doesn't go for him.
Trying to get it going. Only 1 for 5 to start the second half.
Here's Harrison. Check by James. Pulls it. Tips it. Now Brown. Puts up a deep three from beyond the arc and then some. Brown's got 5 points. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Harrison. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Harrison's gone just 1 of 5 from the floor. They get it back. Out to James. Right side Brown. Puts up a three. The shot by James, no good. James is gone just 1 for 7 shooting tonight. Maladon attacking.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense. Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Korkmaz. Maladon grabs a miss. Maladon's got his 4th rebound in this one. Harrison, the pass to Schofield. The three is up. Here's Maladon. He has 7. Pass to Harrison. There's the triple. Hauled in by Brown.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Harrison's gone just 1 of 5 from deep here. In transition, here they come. Puts up a deep three. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Kalathis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Maladon. Check by James. The 3 ball. Maladon, no good.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
Brown can't hit.
Part of why they have this lead, they're doing the little things out there.
Here's Laverne. Check by James. On the break. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Rebounded by Ajinça. Ajinça's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Harrison. And stolen by Brown.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
Yeah, every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
The officials were right on top of that one.
He's off on the first. Good on the second one. There's 10 seconds left in the third. Here's Lee. Uses the glass on the layup. Lee's got 7 points.
Now that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
And we've reached the end of the third. Leading by 9. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth.
Come on, fans.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's DeColo. Check by James. Here's DeColo. The 3. Knocks down the triple.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Diallo. 4-3. It's hauled in by Black.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Great positioning on the putback.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's Motiejunas. Great look, but off the mark. Here's Black. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. The 3. Kept alive. Pass to Lee. Here's DeColo. To the middle. Out to the right wing. And here's Jackson. target from range.
Coming out of the half, making a commitment to the offensive boards has proven successful.
Any hope of coming back to win this game looks near impossible.
I know. The way things have gone so far, hard to imagine.
Pass to Black. Here's DeColo. And here's Jackson, covered by Diallo, to the left wing. Jackson outside. Clock at 6. Here's DeColo. Fires from deep. The rebound by Diallo. Diallo's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Here's Lee. Nails it from 3.
I just love the ball.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell. The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Lee. No good from outside. Knocked loose.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Just about 3 minutes through the 4th and final quarter here. Akobo, no good.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Lee. Puts up a deep 3. Give him that one. Now shooting 5 for 11 from the floor.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
From deep, Diallo gets the bucket. Diallo's got his first 3 points of the game.
Talk about the range. I mean, he's got amazing feel from that distance. Woo.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th.
I have no clue why he pulled up from there. At this point in the game, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, the bloopers, right?
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Takes the 3. The shot won't fall. Here's Corneli. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Here's DeColo. Back to Lee. Shoots. Here's DeColo. Beyond the arc. Pass to Lee. From behind the arc. Counted from distance.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
There's 38 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Akobo. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Jackson for 3. The rebound by Diallo. This one for 3. It's Corneli missing. Here's DeColo. Pass to Lee. From deep 3-point land. Offline. And so they get the victory here at home. Showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what,